Hey guys, and welcome to lesson number 4, rendering. So, we just set up in the last lessons this, and this. And let's get started. So, first of all, what we're gonna do first, let's get a circle here. First of all, let's get to the Redshift OBJ tab. If you don't got this Redshift OBJ tab, you can add it here with the object parameters. Just select this and press this button, object parameters. So, first of all, let's get here to the strands tab and render object as strands. We will go over this later with p-scale. Just leave it for now, and let's get here 0.05 for now. Max tessellation subdivisions. So this will subdivide this thing at render times 8 times. So that's extremely heavy, so let's just disable this and get down to 0. And the strand types, we can try different things, but I like to go with the cylinder, and that's it. So let's disable the grid here and let's get a new camera. So new camera, let's search for a pretty, let's get something like this. Let's get a long shot here with a long lens. Let's just make something like this. So straight onto the object. Let's get this to 0 and 0, and the rotation also so 0, 0, and here 90. Let's dive back inside and just get here a little bit down. Or let's stay in the center and let's just get a little bit out here and maybe make it not so big. Oh, we forgot here to switch to the second input, and now it will work. So let's get here the lines back. This will look a little bit different because we don't use the AA noise for now, but I think that's not a problem. Let's get something like this. Oh, that's too much. Yeah, something like this. Let's press enter or select here the handle tool. Let's move the camera a little bit down. Zoom a little bit in. And what we got here, 90 millimeters. And the Redshift camera tab, we will deal with that later. So just for now, let's get a shop network for our materials and a ROP network for the Redshift setup. And let's get an RS dome light for now. And that's it for now. So let's name this Redshift Dome. Redshift Dome, let's color this in. It's a light. Let's give it the light shape here, the light bulb shape. I like to color these two in red. And let's get here Redshift and out. So Redshift for rendering and out for the output and the parameters. So let's dive inside here and let's create a Redshift network. Let's call this matte lines, and let's also assign the matte lines here under the render tab. Go to Redshift, matte lines, and accept. And let's get a simple material here. So RS material, the standard material. Let's get a little bit of roughness in the reflection. And for now, let's get a diffuse color here. And let's get the RS color user data. So we will pipe the color from the object stored on the CD attribute into our Redshift network, and we can use them. So just type CD. So make sure that the lines got a CD, and let's clean some attributes here. So let's get an attribute delete and delete everything except of the color. So let's make here a little star, and we will only got everything except of color. But didn't work pretty well. CD. Yeah, now it works. Okay, you can't lose here a space between. So let's jump out of it and let's build our Redshift. So let's get a Redshift custom here. Just get a camera 1, it's already in there, that's cool. Let's just for now change the resolution here, maybe to full HD. And let's get here to the Redshift tabs. And just for now, leave it, just get global illumination in, brute force. Let's make 16, that's enough for now. Optimizations and so on, sampling options, sampling override, we will deal with that later. Just for now, set the adaptive error threshold to 0.005. So, and now we are ready to go. Let's fire up the render view here. And we can already see the lines, so let's get this pretty big for you guys here. And you can already see that the color will get picked up. So let's just get this a little bit smaller, not so big. Something like here. Let's dive inside and let's get a color here, maybe red. And the cool thing is, it will automatically update in the viewport from the Redshift viewer window. I just set up here some hotkeys, guys, so let's get quickly over this. Shortcuts, customize. Render is 0, so bucket rendering. Refresh IPR is Q, and that's just two shortcuts that I use. And now we can have a look on the p-scale. So we get here the curve view. Now what we're gonna do, we say float, so floating value at p-scale equals at curve view. Bam. Let's fire this up again. And let's get here to the Redshift tab, to the settings tab, to the attribute tab, oh no, to the strands tab, sorry. Let's get here down to 1, or up to 1. Let's refresh the IPR. And now we will see, we will get thinner. So, where is it good to here, here's good. So we will start thick and we will thin out to the end. By the way, with F you can fit your window back in. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So now we can get or use this global scale multiplier for the global scale. But what you also can do, you can multiply the p-scale with some number and you will get a global p-scale multiplier too. So let's just get this down to 0.5. Let's refresh the window, or it automatically refreshes. And we get already pretty cool rendering here. It's pretty flat because we look right in front of it. For now, let's just get another camera and let's call this R&D cam. Let's dive inside here. Let's get a little bit closer. Let's find a cool position here. Maybe something like here. Yeah, that's cool. That's not bad for the rendering. So let's dive back in. Let's get to the R&D cam and we will get something like this. So now what I want to do, I want to get a little bit depth of field. Let's go to the Redshift tab, to the DOF tab, so depth of field tab, and let's enable depth of field. Nothing happens. So let's get here out of this. Let's copy the focus distance, so copy parameter. Let's get it in here, paste relative reference, so it's a reference channel. And let's get here this down to 0.1. So now dive out, let's get to our R&D cam and let's have a look on the focus distance. Let's pipe that a little bit out and let's restart the render view. And you already can see we've got our DOF. So the COC radius, when it's higher, you will get more bokeh or more depth of field. So 1 is just totally blurred out and you will get some sharp, it's a pretty shallow depth of field, so you will get some sharp stuff. But when we go here 0.0, what we've got, 0, maybe 85, let's refresh the window with Q and we will get a pretty good depth of field. So let's just get here into R&D cam and let's get here a little other angle here. And if you want to, you can get close to some line and go here to the focus. Press it and it will automatically set the focus point on this point where you clicked. So let's get something like this here to get these lines in. So now let's load a simple HDRI. So I used Pro Metal Studios. Let's just get this one. Let's get the first one. To get a little bit of light. And now let's play here with the material. So let's get a preset here. Let's get gold because I really like gold and lines and it's cool. Let's get a roughness here a little bit up to 0.25. And now you can already see, let's get here. Let's press 0, so that's the button for me for bucket rendering or final rendering. And now you can already see, let's make this a little bit bigger here. The rendering. We got some noise in here and in here, so let's pump some sampling up. Let's get into the Out tab. Let's get here into the render region or shift left mouse button and you can drag it out like this. Let's zoom in here so we will get a little bit of bokeh here and the lines, and just get here to IPR rendering and change the mode to bucket. So this one right here, bucket rendering. And now it will render as a little bucket. First of all, don't set up the unified samples too high first, because you will get maybe a noise-free render, but you will get a faster rendering with the sampling overrides. So let's override the light for now, so you'll see way more noise. So let's dial this up to maybe 265, less noise. Let's get the reflection here a little bit more up, so 512 for now, and we will get less noise. That's cool. Just for now, let's get the global illumination. Let's get something like this. That's enough. And now we can play here a little bit with the unified samplings, because we need the unified samplings to get the noise out of the bokeh here. And just for now, let's have a look. So it's much better with the noise. Yeah, that's way better. Good. So let's make some other materials here. Let's disable here the bucket rendering. And for now, let's go to fixed scaling. And this will halve our resolution. So you can type the resolution in. And let's press O to get here the options. For now, I use the Rec 709 because I like it more than the standard sRGB, because in my opinion sRGB is a little bit outdated, and I will use the Rec 709 or OCRO profile, but in this course we will stick with Rec 709. Let's just get a render info here to left. Yeah, that's better. And for sure you can add some bloom here, but not too much. Then flare a little bit here. And streaks. Everyone likes streaks. To enhance your rendering a little bit. So let's get here up. And let's dive inside. And let's create some materials. For now, let's go to the lines again. Let's get a color here. Black. So we get 0 to 1. And let's just get a color and pipe it straight into the surface. So let's reload this, and you can see, let's disable the post effects, and you can see we get a color. So let's get here an RS ramp. So let's type RS ramp, change this to alt. And the cool thing is now we can remap here our color. So we don't need to remap it in the color node. We can just easily remap it here. For now, let's get the class preset, because I think that looks pretty cool too. Let's pipe it in here. Let's hit the reload button. And we will get some glass lines here. Wow, I just love the glass lines. It looks so aesthetic and simple, but look at this. I love it. So let's just get here the fixed scaling. Let's make this window a little bit smaller. Something like that. And let's change it to the rec. So what we can do, we can pipe this, for example, into reflection roughness. And it's pretty cool. We get a pretty rough glass at the beginning, and then it fades out to a shiny glass. Let's use the simple paper here, and let's remap the color here. Get some color here. Something like that. A little blue here. Pretty cool too. Let's get the ramp back 0 to 1. Let's have a look at it. Let's reload the ramp. Let's make it red here. Let's get a black a little bit further down. Something like that. And let's get white here again. But let's make 2 whites. Fully white. 1, 1, 1. Not 14. That looks pretty cool too, but let's get 1 here. And let's get it a little bit harder here. So this is a soft blend, and this is a little bit harder blend. And the cool thing is, let's get a material blender. And we can blend between materials, and we will use this in the next chapters too, because it's a pretty powerful node. So let's get the base color. So let's get an earth material and just get a base color or base material. Maybe something like this. Let's make it a little bit brighter here. Get a little bit more blue inside of here. Something like that. A little bit brighter. So this is our base material. So this is layer 0. So let's just copy this material. Let's pipe this here into layer color 1. And now we can use this ramp here to blend between these materials. So let's just get here a quick red, and now we'll get something like this. So I make a quick pause here, and I will see you in part 2 of rendering.